talking about Boone's relationship with the Native Americans, with the Indians, uh, his lack of dislike. Had he been in a more influential position, perhaps a more political position, could events have been different in the American frontier as it relates to Native Americans? Could people like that have changed what happened?
That's a good question. I don't think we've been asked that one before. I think, well, first of all, Boone was, for the most part, apolitical, so it's kind of hard to envision him. Even though he did serve had a couple of terms as first a Virginia lawmaker and then as a North Carolina lawmaker, he didn't embrace one political position, and he wasn't a particularly partisan politician at all. And he was too busy making a living to get involved in politics. He let other people who had time on their hands do that. He was most comfortable in the woods. But I think even if he had become a person of some influence politically, because he was an exception to the rule, I don't know that things would have been different. Certainly not on any broad scale for the Native American population in this country. He may have, person by person, group by group, gotten them to maybe view Native Americans as not being savages, which was a term often used to describe them, as not being ignorant. I mean, when he grew up, as he was growing up on the edge of the frontier and encountered Indians, he recognized right away that many of these people were very intelligent people, and he adopted their ways of survival skills. He adopted how they dressed, how they survived, their skills in shooting and hunting. So he had enormous respect for Indians because yeah, they didn't write down, they didn't keep diaries, okay, and they didn't get involved in politics necessarily. And there's so many white man things they did not do. A lot of white men thought that meant, okay, they're not that intelligent and they're not civilized. But when Boone could see from the Indian point of view how intelligent and cultured they were, so he certainly would have been a very good person to try to make a difference if he had been in a position to do so. But I think that the tide was certainly in the other direction against him in that field.